Hello all. In this PT tip, and second of two, I'm going to discuss neuroplastic healing principles good especially for persistent post-concussive symptoms, also PCS. Depending on how severe the concussion is, I usually started using these principles about 1 to 2 months post-injury. By 3 months on, these principles become increasingly important to apply. Here are 6 neuroplastic principles for PCS. First, reality eventually outweighs clinician-prescribed exercises. Performing real activities and tasks eventually becomes more important than all the exercise that a clinician could have given a patient. Why, you ask? Don't you just go straight to doing the real-life tasks? The answer is that generally the injured brain needs to rebuild to a given level before you can tackle the real-life tasks. Second, avoid too much caution tape. Arguably, the most important purpose of your brain is to protect you from harm. After injury, the brain sets up caution tape in the form of symptoms when you try to move past a given point. Unfortunately, the brain often becomes overly cautious in where it sets up its tapes. The solution to this is not to barge on regardless. Tally-ho, bungee jumping, here we come. This approach just makes the brain extremely symptomy and cranky, and potentially results in re-injury. Instead, it's best to very gradually but persistently re-educate the brain about the reality of a given task. This while trying not to overly provoke its fears. Third, don't draw conclusions from too little evidence. When it comes to PCS, I always instruct my patients not to draw too much from how they react to a new activity. For some reason, PCS patients tend to respond badly to novelty, both in the form of new tasks and/or with new environments. However, if they do the same thing again, they often react less strongly. By the third time, sometimes they're not really reacting at all. So, being prepared to repetitively experiment is very important. But all things being equal, if by the third time your brain is still squawking about the task, it's time to respect its wisdom, leave off, and try it again later. Consolidation periods. I have noted that my PCS patients sometimes went into a consolidation phase where things just didn't appear to be changing much. I don't really know what's going on during these periods, but know not to panic and that great patience is needed by everyone. I think the brain is saying, look, I have a lot of rewiring to do here, give me some space. When I'm ready, I'll start improving again. Bottom line, keep calm and carry on. Fifth, different strokes for different folks. Neuroplastic capacity is very individual. The ability of your brain to rewire depends on your age, your gender, the severity of the injury, what areas of the brain are affected, how long ago the injury was, the number of concussions you've had, your underlying health status, your personal coping capacity, and your genetic profile. Many of these you have no control over. Concussions and PCS are like snowflakes. They're all different, not only between people, but between different concussions experienced by the same person. Finally, sixth, gather your recovery while you may. In concussions, to a degree, and particularly for a PCS, the going gets tougher as time passes, and the gains made seem less significant. This is why I used to tell my patients not to procrastinate, but to work as diligently as they could, as soon as they could. Although the window of recovery is open for quite a long time, it doesn't seem to remain so indefinitely. Well, that's it for today. Next time, I will discuss the whys and wherefores of concussion and PCS-related dizziness. Keep on healing. March 28th, 2025, revised November 12th, 2025.